I wasn't gonna work on the boat today, but I figured, you know what, let's do it. I was gonna wait until I get the metal for these and then finish that and then move on, but there's a lot of other stuff that I can be doing right now, like getting all this back deck supported and done as well. And I kind of even want to cut out the decking for it. Yes, I'm going to be using plywood. I will talk to you about that in a minute and why. But I also want to add supports, up and down supports for this. There has been a lot of people commenting and worrying about that. Guys, I'm going to do it. I promise you, it's getting done. I might even do it today. But I think the number one question I've been getting asked a lot is about this day box. Just because if you look, it is flush with the surface of the deck, but everything else is 3/4 tall, and that is because this is not going to be sitting on the deck, guys. It's sitting here now just because that's where it goes. I don't want it to get scratched up or anything on the floor, so that is why it is sitting there now. But all of the 3/4 decking is going to be sitting all around here. I probably need to add a support right here and then add another support going through here, but all the 3/4 decking is going to sit all along here, come over here, and then cover all this up and this side as well. And that is where this lip is going to sit on top of the 3/4 decking, so it will all be level, it will all be flush. That reminds me, I want to talk about this all being flush as well. We'll get to that. So yeah, that is one question everyone had. I will probably even use a router on the deck around this lip, so that even sits flush as well. So yeah guys, this will all be flush. Everyone was asking about that. Another thing with all this being flush, so I mentioned in the last video, or last two video, I'm not really sure when, but I mentioned that all of this, it will not be flush. This will be sitting higher over here than this. But I was talking to Michael Lopez yesterday, and he asked me if I was going to be putting this door guard on all the lids as well. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that, but I should. It will make it quieter, and also it will add that 1/8 thickness to the lids, and that will make it all level. So problem solved there. But what I also thought of that is going to mess up my hinges, because I placed all my hinges to where the foam will sit flush. But that's okay though, because now it's going to be a little under the foam and less likely for me to step on that in the sun. These things are gonna get freaking hot. I already know, because on the last boat the hinges get hot. So when you step on that, it hurts. So I guess it's probably like 1/16 over the hinge now. I mean, that being that much higher up might help a little bit with that. So it won't be a big deal. And I also don't think that the foam will ever bind on these hinges in this position. It should be all right. It should be good. So that all works out. And now that height and the floor difference that we were all worried about is over with. It's gone. No more. Or at least it's not as bad. So yeah, there's that. What else? Any more questions? Oh, I've been getting a lot of people telling me that I need to add the down supports, and I'm going to. In fact, a subscriber and commenter, Ron Brady, he comments on every video, follows every video. He is the man. Thank you, Ron, for watching, dude, and for all the tips you gave me. You gave me quite a bit of tips. But Ron mentioned, and I thought this was an awesome idea, he mentioned adding the down supports and then adding a wall right here. It will go down here, and then foaming in all this area, adding the pour foam and all this. That was a great idea, but the thing is if this goes straight down, it's hitting probably about right here, and it won't be that much foam. So it's going to be added to right here, the down supports, and then it will run down to this rib. But running straight down, it only goes down like maybe 7 inches, about halfway. It hits about halfway. So that is where that wall would be, which is cool. I like that idea, but I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, I just don't know how much foam would actually go in, you know what I'm saying? Of course, adding in foam is better than not adding in any foam. So, I don't know, it just depends. Also, to make the bottom of this wall go around all of these ribs, it'd be pretty hard. It would be a lot of work, a lot of trial and error. I mean, I've done it before with this piece. Maybe it wouldn't be that hard, I don't know, but man, it just seems like a lot of work to get that done for a little outcome, I guess I could say. It would be nice. I mean, it was a great idea. He also mentioned that it might make this whole wall stronger, no flex. But I don't know how much that would actually add since it doesn't go all the way down. And if I brought the wall all the way down, it would be slanted and it would also hit or cover up some of this and then some of these pipes as well, which would not look good. Also, I need to keep this gap here. There is a gap here for water runoff. All the water from these boxes and from that gets in here and from up there, it all runs down into here to the side. So we have to keep that gap, which I could do. I could just end the wall here and then foam all that. But yeah, really good idea. I'm totally down for it. I mean, it's a good idea. Another good way to get foam in the boat, even though it might not be that much, but it's still something, still enough to help. So I'm gonna add the down supports today and then go from there and see what I can do with that idea, because I definitely love it. I have a few ideas. I mean, I have the way to do it. It's just, would it be worth it, you know? Heck, we may just be talking in this video, guys. I'm sorry, that's kind of boring, but I'm just kind of updating y'all on everything and where I'm at with this John boat. Okay, let's talk about the decking. So there's a few options for decking. You can use plywood, you can use Kusa board, and I mentioned using plywood in one of my other videos and everyone was like, what? Plywood? Why would you go through all this work using aluminum and then go with plywood decking? Well, the decking has to be 3/4 to match everything else. Everything else in the boat is 3/4. 3/4 framing, 3/4 lids. Everything is 3/4. And I can't use 3/4 aluminum sheeting. That would be ridiculously heavy. In fact, even using the 90 that I'm going to be using for these lids, I think it's actually 190. Every time I go to the metal shop, they say 190, 0.190, but I just call it 90. Anyways, 90 is the same size as these lids. But one sheet of 90 aluminum, let me go look real quick. All right, so one sheet of 190 aluminum, and it's actually 3x8, not 4x8. A 3x8 sheet of 190 is 65 pounds, right? So 65 pounds, and then one sheet of 3/4 inch plywood weighs 60 pounds. Not that big of a difference, but that just goes to show you aluminum is heavier, and that's only 190. So if I was using aluminum 3/4, could you even imagine how heavy that would be? That would be so heavy. And then also there is the option of Kusa board. Everyone seems to be craving over Kusa board right now. It's the next hot thing for these John boat decks. But let's talk about that. So I just did some research, and the weight of Kusa board, the Blue Water 26 is what you can buy off the website, is 53 pounds for a 4x8 sheet. All right, and then the price of that Kusa board, the 3/4, is $506 for one sheet. And then on top of that, you have to pay for freight shipping. So yeah, Kusa board is very, very expensive. Everyone says it's lightweight, but really 7 pounds for a whole sheet, not that big of a difference. 7 pounds, that for that price, no way. Of course, Kusa board is like waterproof and all this great stuff, but when you use Kusa board, you still have to add resin to it. You still have to do that. Even on the website, it talks about adding fiberglass to it just to make it stronger. So yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of money. The money is the thing for me. $506, that is ridiculous. When I could just paint plywood and it's the exact same thing. Exactly, with way less money, way less time, way less work. So that is why I'm using plywood. If like Kusa board was like 50 pounds different than plywood, yes, 100% worth it. But 7 pounds, I don't know. I was kind of shocked when I saw that it was only a 7 pound difference. So plywood it is. This is gonna be a hybrid boat, all completely aluminum frame, and then we'll have decking that is plywood. And let me just show y'all this real quick. The only parts that will be plywood, it's not gonna be very much, probably not even a full sheet. A full sheet of plywood weighs 60 pounds. So this gap right here, which is 4 inches, that will be plywood. The plywood will continue to this, and then I'm probably gonna leave this open right here, so there'll be like a 5-inch gap right here in the plywood. Plywood will come through here, cover all this, end right there, come back here, shoot that way, and then fill in that gap as well. So that one piece right here, all plywood, maybe, I weighed this and it was 22 pounds. So probably less than 22 pounds for this back deck, right? Then I'm probably going to be making another lid here, just like this with the framing and the aluminum. So plywood here, plywood all right here, just a little strip. Same over on that side, just behind the lid. And then probably plywood this entire area. Also, I want to state that I use plywood on my last boat. Anthony Jones does it. Michael Lopez has wood on his boats. We've all done it. If you paint it with oil-based enamel, or if you resin it, it will last you. I promise you. I've done it. This right here, this is from my last boat build. This is one of the hatches. 3/4 inch plywood painted with oil-based enamel, and it still looks brand new. Still looks good. This is 1 year of sitting outside, of going to the lake almost, not every day, but definitely a lot. I'm a fishing YouTuber. Like, I fish every day on that boat. Used it a lot, and it holds up. This is great. So yeah, guys, trust me, it works. So for all you people hating on plywood, sorry, but it works, and it's cheap, and it's easy to cut, easy to get to your house, and it's only 7-pound difference. So yeah, we're going with plywood, guys. If that disappoints anyone, I'm sorry, but once again, guys, this may just be a talking video. All right, that's kind of boring, I'm sorry about that, but just updating you guys with what I'm doing. So I may just go get this edited, uploaded real quick, and then come back out here and actually build these side supports, get the plywood cut, get it in place, just to see how it looks, really. Get it painted today as well. I'll run to the store, get some paint. I'll paint it gray. Not that it matters, it's just gonna be covered with decking, but that's in the next video, guys. If y'all have any questions, just comment it and I will answer them. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.